Hey guys, and welcome back to G's Autos. Thank you so much for tuning in. Alrighty, this one is just a quick video on me removing the dash out of the old blue Starlet. So if you're looking to remove the dash from your Starlet, hopefully you might find this video helpful. Probably best to watch the whole thing first before you start ripping in. That way you can learn from my mistakes and what I did wrong and what I didn't look for and so on. But anyway guys, hope you liked the video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. I've got more updates coming shortly for supercharging the Starlet, so keep an eye out for that. We are getting closer, I promise. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Give it a thumbs up and I'll see you guys on the next one. Alright, so today I'm going to do a bit of a video on removing the dash out of the Starlet. Now, a couple of items have already been removed. That's the center console. That's already been removed. I just want to focus on the dash today. So this panel here has already been taken off. Whoops. That's already been taken off. Now under there's two little Phillips heads that hold that up like that, and then once they're out, it's just a matter of taking out of there. There's a little clip there, clip there, clip there, and a clip there. So what I'm going to move on now is taking out the gauges, this surround. I'll take out the stereo, the cup holders and the little slide out tray. They've already been removed. They just slide straight out. And then yeah, we'll just work through it bit by bit and see how we go. Alright, so to take out this surround for the gauges, there's a Phillips head, there's a Phillips head there, and there's another one just there, and I think that's about it for little screws, but we'll take them out and get all that out. Now I'll see how I go having to take the steering wheel out. We'll just play that by ear and see what happens. Alright, so the head unit's out, so it's just those two Phillips heads, one on each side. That slid straight out and then disconnected the connections. I think there's only one in the back or two in the back. Anyway, nothing important. Now, removing the cover off there. That just gently pull that off. Don't put too much pressure on one side where you're going to snap it. And as you take that off, that switch that's in there, that's just going to come out with it because it sits... Bear with me guys, because it sits in there like that. So as it comes out, it'll bring it with it. So what I'm going to do now is take these AC controls out. There's some Phillips heads there. There's one there, and then that should slide straight out. Now I've removed the two Phillips heads for that surround, and then there was one up the back there. After that surround came out, there's a Phillips head down in there. There's another one. See if I can show you. Down in there, and then there's another Phillips head up there on that white tab. Once you've removed those three, this slides out. Just remember you've got your speedo cable and other electrical attachments connected to this. Just don't go reefing it out. Alright, now before I go yanking out the gauge cluster, here is the steering wheel surround that sits in front of the cluster. So to remove that, you've got a Phillips head there, a Phillips head there, and then you've got some underneath. Now obviously that one there is, you can probably see it in there, I'm guessing it's threaded, it wouldn't come out. But all the others come out. Now once I've removed all of those, that just separates nice and easy, like so. And that's apart. Now that's done. I'm probably going to remove that steering wheel, so I can just comfortably slide that out, disconnect it all, and happy chappies. Alright, so I've removed the lower dash panel, well I suppose the panel underneath the steering column. Now to remove that one, there was a Phillips head there, a Phillips head there, a 10mm and a 10mm. Then on the back of it, there was an electrical connection there, speaker connection there, and I think that was about it. I'll just double check to make sure. And that big chunky connector down there. Now keep in mind, when you remove this, we've already removed the cable for the hood. Okay, so just keep that in mind. So that's pretty much it. Okie dokie. So I've removed the steering wheel successfully. Now I've managed to push this in and just turn it a little bit. Now, if you've got big hands, it's a bit of a tight squeeze, but there's one, there's two, and there's 3 electrical connectors, and then you've got your speedo cable. Now just don't go ripping back and forth, otherwise you will break this or possibly break these. So just on the side there, just push that in and gently remove it, and it should slide straight off. Now there's a bit of tape here on a tab connected to the back of the gauges. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to slice that green tape, and that way I can just take that off there, the cable off there, and that way I can just remove that straight out. Alright, so now I'm going to remove the glove box. So it doesn't look like there's anything there holding it in, but there is let me get you down here. There's a 10mm down there. And a 10mm there, but that's for that. But anyway, I'll fumble through it and I'll let you know what I find. Alright, so just ignore me. I was completely wrong. So you had a 10mm there, you had the 10mm there, and then you had 1, 2, 3 Phillips heads. This just unclipped straight out. Now keep in mind you've got an electrical connector at the back for your little speaker. Alright, so I've removed this cable. Now for the part of the AC system, so there is a little clip there that holds this in place, and then at the end of the cable, where is it? Woohoo, where are we? Far out. There we go, that little round circle. There's a little arm that sits up the back there. You won't be able to see it. I'll show it to you in a photo. But it sits up the back there and you just got to slip it off, and then that cable is free. Well, that was easy to explain. Alright, so I'm at the stage now where I want to remove that dash pad. So there was a 10mm bolt there on the outside. Now there's one on the opposite side, on the passenger side as well. There was a 10mm there. There should have been one there, but it was missing. Now sitting on here was this electrical connector. It's just on little slides, and it just slides on like that. Just pop it off. What else was there? Let's have a look down here. There's a 10mm. Where is it? Just there. You can see where I've taken it off. That there, and I think that should be it, but I'll tell you if I'm wrong, and I'll tell you if I've missed something. But let's see how I go. Alright, so this is where we're at the moment. Now, the best piece of advice I can give you is, if I give you advice, probably best not to take it. Alright, so let me walk around. So I was very wrong. Just had to disconnect. There were earths and cable connectors that all just need to be disconnected. So just go through wherever you can find any connections on the sides here. Oops, down on there. Disconnect those. Anything underneath, all through there, you can see everything's been disconnected. Down the bottom there. All over there, everywhere. Anywhere there was a connector, it's all been disconnected. So look, I'm not a fan of some of these connectors. They're absolute, look, normally they're pretty good to get off, but there was one particular type of connector which was an absolute pain. Where is it? Man, it was just a nightmare. These ones here, I know that someone's going to say, hey, look, you just do this and it comes off in 2 seconds. I get that. I really do. But I tell you what, man. Anyway, so as I said, I was fairly wrong. There's a lot of stuff to be removed, earthwise, connectors. But anyway, that's where we're at. Now this is all loose. Just make sure you take your A pillar trims off, because that will lock it into place up in the top corners. So just take those off and you should be good to come out. Now what I did realise, just bear with me for a sec. Sorry. In the end, you probably didn't need to unbolt this. You can unpin the 3 cables, one back under there, one back up there, you can squeeze your hand through, and one going down to the bottom there. You can unclip the wire from the little bracket and then just unpin the cable from its attachment in the AC system. So yeah, that could have stayed, because when it comes out the cables will come with it. And yeah, so that's where we're at. Anyway, I'm rambling and bambling. Let's get this dash out. Well, the dash is out. Now this gives you an idea of the amount of connectors you need to remove or disconnect to enable you to get the dash out. So there's a fair few there. I suppose if you've done this a number of times, you'd find it pretty easy and you'd get into a routine, but I haven't done a Starlet before, so it was a learning curve for me. What I did miss at the end were the connections for the ignition system and the connectors for the wipers, indicators. So there were some connections just there. Then there was a connection up the back. So I missed those completely, just fumbling my way through and just learning as I go. But yeah, not a 2-minute job, but like I said, if you've done this a few times, then you're going to probably whip through it a lot quicker than what I did.